Hi y'all, happy almost Valentine's Day. Today is the day before Valentine's, so I am starting to make some little treats that I'm going to take to my family and friends tomorrow. So first thing I'm making is, it's called the chocolate melting cake. If you've ever been on a Carnival Cruise, you've tasted this and it is delicious. So it's basically a little individual cake that is still ooey gooey in the middle, and it's super rich chocolate, and then it has it's delicious if you'll add some vanilla ice cream on the side or whipped cream, whichever you prefer. But I'm telling you, it is so good, and it's nice and warm. Now they won't be warm when I take it to them tomorrow, but they can warm it up slowly and not wind up cooking the middle too much. So, but it's really good when it's first made. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm taking a stick and a half of butter, and I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. So I'll be putting those in there and just letting those melt together, and then I'll get back with y'all. Okay, I'm back. The chocolate is melted. See, I've got it right here. It's all melted. And I'm letting it cool off a little bit now. And I'm going to start mixing up 4 eggs. Just going to beat those real quickly here. I know this is a little bit noisy, but the quickest way to get it done. I have done this by hand before with just a whisk, and that works too. I was trying to do it this way today because I wanted to try to get more air in with the eggs and the sugar. So now I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I'm just going to beat this until the volume at least doubles. It looks like it's getting on up there pretty good. I hope y'all can see that. Let me turn this down a little bit. Getting air in there helps pop it up. Sorry that was so loud, but these things just are. So now I'm going to add a 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. And like I said, I have done this just with a whisk, but this time I thought I would just try getting a little more air in there and just see if that does any better. But this is 1/4 of a cup of flour, and this is just plain flour that I'm going to put in here real quick. Just making sure it's blended in good. And now I'm going to gradually add this chocolate in here, and I'm not going to do it with the mixer. I'm going to fold it in gently. Let me put these over here. I'm just going to fold it in gently so that it's well blended. This is really sort of fluffy feeling as I'm stirring it. It was kind of foamy feeling, if that makes sense. You can see it's changing colors pretty good now. Let me scrape the rest out of this pan. I got all of it out of the pan now. I'm just going to fold this in gently like that. You can see how it's foaming. I think you can see that pretty good. All right. And now I have I've prepared 5 ramekins. These are just nice little ramekins here. And I'm going to fill them about 3/4 full or maybe 2/3 full. I'll just show you. That's the nice thing about having a bowl that you can pour out of like this. So I'm just going to fill it that much because these will puff up because of all the eggs that are in there. And then I'll put them on a baking sheet just so I can put them all in at the same time on a baking sheet. And let me show you that. Oh, it's good to lick your fingers, I'm telling you. I've got a little baking sheet here. And I'm just going to set these on the baking sheet like this. And I'm going to bake them at 375 for about 15 or 16 minutes. I'll test them with a toothpick. If they're too juicy in the middle, I'll cook them a couple more minutes. Every time I've done it, it seems like the oven's varied. And so sometimes I've cooked them 16 minutes, sometimes I have to do 18 minutes, but it'll just be up to your oven as to how they do. So I'll get back with you as I put them in the oven, and then you can see how they're gonna rise. They'll rise all up out around the outsides, and then the center will finally start to rise a little bit, but you don't wanna get them too done because you want that middle to still be gooey. All right, I'll get back with you in just a minute. Okay, y'all, they're out of the oven, and look how good they look. They rose up, and now they've sunk back down a little bit, and I wanted to show you how they look on the inside. Hold on a minute, let me get one out of here, bite. You can see how the inside's still ooey gooey. It's very hot too, so not sure if I can taste this right now. Let me see. Oh yeah, y'all. It's almost like a pudding in the middle of a cake. It's delicious. So we'll save the rest of this to have with some ice cream. And I'm gonna eat this bite now. I hope you'll try this. I did wind up cooking them, I think about 14, 15 minutes. I think by beating them with the beater, it got more air in there and they rose quicker. So the big thing is just make sure they don't get too dry in the center. Anyhow, thank y'all, and I'll show you the next one in a little bit.